welcome to where the furniture isn't always the best, but them views, they are amazing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 13th floor, where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are amazing, and allow us to be amongst the first to tell you Happy New Year. You're here with all the fellas. I'll give them the intro in a second, but as always, and going into 2022, we are still going to be coming to you on a weekly basis, bringing you the real life experience of the successful Black male, the successful Black father, the successful Black spouse, all of these things and even more that we're excited to bring you in 2022. And we're really looking for a lot of growth on this 13th floor podcast family this year. So again, as always, like, subscribe, share, comment. And with that, let me get to the fellas that are here this week. BJ, I'm gonna start with you today. What's going on, sir?
Happy New Year to you. Baby. Ready for this new year to start. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on, but hey, I'm looking forward to what's to come, man. I'm looking forward to the future.
Yep. Good.
Sir.
Mr. Faison, what's happening, sir?
I'm good. Christmas was good. It was a good little run. I'm excited for the new year. Not excited to go back to work just yet, but excited nonetheless to really put some gears in place and make sure 22 is better than 21. And 21 was pretty good on some aspects. So yeah, it's good. Voice is a little raspy, so this is not the normal voice you're going to get. You get that mix of soprano and Barry every once in a while. So if you're listening to us on audio, you might be like, oh, is that Art talking? Yeah, that's me. And then you'll go back to my normal high pitch. So yeah.
Right, I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm not even gonna let you derail me. Because they talk trash about me and say that I'm always coming for people. So I'm gonna
keep the shots firing. Keep them firing.
Fresh.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Happy New Year to all the people out there. You know, our huge audience, our legion of fans. Shout out to all the fresh ice out there. You know, we out here living life. What's good, baby?
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, man, look, in the spirit of things, we should just go ahead and kick this off with the fresh ovation. The first fresh ovation of 2022.
I love it. Fresh in your ear, you know, new year, new you, as they say. I think that the focus needs to not be tied to always trying to work so hard at creating a new you, as much as working on, you know, refining the you that you have, you know, doing more of the good and getting away from more of the bad. I think Albert Einstein said that to live a happy life is to tie your life to a goal, not a thing or a person. So I think in the new year, work harder at tying yourself to goals to execute, as opposed to tying yourself to things or even people. Work at that, live a good life, be fresh, evaded. Happy New Year, my peoples.
There it is. There it is. And before we move any further, just a shout out to, you know, our usual hosts, Mr. Jones, Brett Jones, out there. It's interesting, probably in the last few weeks has been the closest that COVID has gotten to a lot of us. And we just want to send out, you know, some health and well wishes and speedy recovery to the Jones household as we move forward.
Definitely. Like I said, this round, like, is definitely most hitting a lot closer to home than it has in the past. So.
Yeah, man.
Listen, man.
Yeah, this Omicron variant is no joke. No joke.
I don't know if it's the Omicron variant or if somebody just like they just
whatever it is.
They just track the people that they haven't gotten it and just been resilient, just like, oh, let me spray this outside your door. Because I promise you, you know, the way that we've been to football games, we've been out of the country, we've done so many things, and have not been touched, and then all of a sudden now,
nothing but a high power. It's all right.
Yep.
Keep it that way.
It's been the last week, the week before Christmas. That was like the week of like just passing through everybody. And then this week now is insane.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is when you think about there's many different routes you can take, right? So when you think about all the cases that have been here throughout since started, what going on 2 years now when we first started hearing about everything, 2 full years. It's just the way it's spreading now. It's like crazy when you think about the sheer numbers. Like I was looking at numbers this morning, like 40-something thousand people here in the state of Florida yesterday, which was for y'all listening now would have been Tuesday the 28th. Like 40-something thousand cases documented. Like people are standing in lines like crazy to get a test, like to try to find a test. It's like unprecedented in the height of everything. Like the more people now are being affected. So it's like, do due diligence, man. Just be careful and do what you gotta do to protect you and yours, bro.
This has reset us back to about March, April of 2019. Jesus, really? Really? Like that's when it was we first started learning about it at the end of 2018 into 2019. It really got crazy to where we were really on the consideration of like, man, is this about to really be some apocalyptic stuff? Because you're seeing remember they had the large mass graveyard, people was backed up in morgues. There was like the whole like, yo, you had to stay out at the hospital for days in order to get any type of anything. Like it's about to go back because we woke the sleeping giant because everybody got comfortable.
Yeah. So look, we're not, any type of way about COVID and precautions you should take, but we do encourage everybody to remain as healthy as possible.
Yep.
Take the measures that you feel necessary for you and yours that are close to you, and go from there. And for everybody that's out there and already starting to do the self-imposed shutdown, stay connected. Stay connected. Don't be isolated by yourself and just close yourself out to the world. That actually has peer-reviewed data that shows that will actually suppress your immune system and will make it even more likely that you may contract COVID. So stay active, stay involved, stay in touch with your loved ones.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to better things. So I don't think we ever really recapped Christmas. So how did that go? Did our predictions come true with the last minute? Hey, what do you want for Christmas? Did anybody get that? I did.
I got asked Matt earlier. I'm about to say I already knew what I was getting. I got asked way in advance, and so I'm about to say it was already clocked like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't get asked what I want, even though on the last podcast you heard me reach for my request.
The loud subliminal.
Yes, the loud request. But I got something that I didn't expect. And we all know that EJ has said many, many times that I'm the worst person to get anything for, because if I want something, I usually go out and buy it right then. And I happen to be, the story goes, I was walking in Costco and happened to see the Oculus Quest 2. I was like, oh, you know what? That's pretty cool. The one I had before for my Samsung doesn't work anymore because I got a new phone, doesn't fit in the device. Man, it would be kind of cool to have a new one. Hey, babe, this is pretty cool. I should buy it. She said, oh, really? I'm on the phone with her. Send me a picture of it. So I sent a picture of the thing. She goes, yeah, send me a picture of the price. I was like, cool. So I sent a picture of the price. She goes, oh, yeah, maybe after Christmas you can go, but maybe on sale, so forth. Kind of find out 3 weeks before that, she had already bought that. It was sitting in her, either in a car or a house, I don't know. But it was already here. And she was like, if you would have bought that, I would have kicked you in your kneecaps. Because every year you go out and buy things and on a whim at the very last minute that I had planned for all this time. So I got nothing needs to say. I got an Oculus and I'm excited for it. I started playing that new music sword game.
The one that everybody I always see, like
That's
that's the intro game to it.
yes,
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber.
Right.
Yes, so I got
Mason,
that.
Beat
Mason's out
Saber.
here
I was
playing
about
it
to say
right
my
now.
done look.
So
CJ's already been
it's dope.
tasted.
I haven't even played it yet. Mason, he's literally in the other room, next room playing it right now.
to get high right.
Right, it's dope. It's dope. So I got that, and I downloaded. I went and downloaded the Darth Vader Immortal like series, so I can do the whole Star Wars lightsaber thing. But yeah, man, those games are expensive. I thought they would be like not they're about $30 a pop for some of those games on there. So Facebook is
That
doing
ain't
the thing.
expensive for games no more, man. I'm about to say games is $60 nowadays.
Yeah, man. I'm back to my Switch.
Wow. Wow. So, when you say that, and listen, I got some bomb, oh wow, type of gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's unfair in my case is that you guys know I do so much research before I pull the trigger on anything.
Right.
And if you miss that part of the sequence where I may have moved on from something to something else, then that's the last thing you're left with. So you take action. And it may be unfair that, you don't know that I've done additional research and came up with, here's why I might not do that. But, it's all appreciated in the end anyway. So we just keep it moving. But it was funny, that happened like right after we recorded the last cast. It was just like, hey, so what do you want for Christmas? I was like, the stores are closed. It's funny.
There's nothing you can get me at this time.
Right, exactly.
I too, I'm not an easy person to shop for, and I know it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How about the families? Families make out good?
Like bandits over here. Those little boys. Yeah, I went way too hard.
I thought you said you calmed down this year.
I did.
I'm about to say
I did. And then you started rapping stuff, and you're just like, whoa, that's a lot. And the looks from EJ, like there's more downstairs. I'm like, yeah, I didn't mean to. So you guys saw the picture of the tree. That was literally all their stuff. There was one gift for EJ, one gift for my mom, and one gift for me. The remaining 30-something packages were all for them. And of course, they wanted to open everything up. And can I play with this now? No. Open this up now. No. No. Just pick one for now, and let's work our way through the Christmas holiday. So yeah, it's crazy, but they have fun.
Mine is they're a lot easier now because they take exactly what they want. They do the Amazon wish list. They exactly what they want where to get. So once I appreciate that because all that guessing and you can tell when your kid, you can tell they're appreciative because you got something that they don't really want it. Like I saw that many times the last couple of years with other gifts other people bought them by. But look, there's a couple things, little things that I may see you hint at or whatever, but for the most part, put on your list one way or another. So they're good. We don't do a lot of stuff, but you can go for big ticket items now. Like they're all teenagers, so like Cam, like I sent the picture to y'all. He's in this workout phase, right? So he wants to play football next year when he goes to high school. So he's trying to do stuff now. He's got a whole like weight lift set. We got him set up a gym. Not in the gym, in the garage. Mason got
the new gym.
Yeah, basically. Mason wanted the Oculus. That's what he got. Madison, I'm redoing her room right now, so that's part of her gift.
Oh, nice.
But her thing, like she's getting into photography. She wanted a camera, so we got her a nice starter camera.
Oh wow!
So a girl made out like a bandit with that one. So
she's the only girl.
Yeah, like that stuff can get expensive.
Oh yeah,
cameras ain't no joke. Yeah. Cameras ain't no joke.
Did you call Jay and talk to Jay about that before you?
Say, let me help you out. Jay's probably listening right now. So
yeah,
Jay, we might need some tutorials for your niece.
Yeah, and she's getting into the stuff. We got a couple people like when the Gina's uncle to stay around here. He's been doing it for a while too. Okay. So there's a couple people around, but definitely was gonna hit up Jay and kind of get some tips for her, some pointers, some things to get started. But everybody just encourage them to get do something you like, man. Just make sure it's something you're gonna do, not just give. And after a week, you put it away and we ain't gonna see it again.
Right.
Yep. Go out and take pictures of everything. All
Right.
types
Exactly.
of stuff.
I want to see cans. I want to see everything. Just empty bottles. I don't care. At least.
You never know. You never know what's going to be that
Right.
award-winning shot.
Exactly. Before you go to Diddy, I think you mentioned, BJ, that you know your kids when you get that gift that you're like, oh, thank you. You gotta put it to the side. That was me. I got my Super Nintendo. And I gotten Final Fantasy 2, which I'm in love with that game. That's like the best game ever made. So got that game, and then I got this random Dragon Lair game. And I looked at the box, and I was like, look at the box. I looked up at her, looked down, was like, thank you. Like, of all the games to choose from the Super Nintendo wall, this is doing Toys R Us. All the games on the wall. Why this one? Like, so I was like, thanks.
Dragon
I played there for
Lair.
like 5 minutes, and I was like, nope. Back in the box.
Listen, man, we won't ever do competition on here, but we're gonna do competition right now because I asked for an Atari, and my mom bought me a joystick. That was it, just a joystick.
Back then, the joystick for the Atari came separate.
You could buy a separate.
You can buy separate. You can buy a second player joystick.
It only came with one.
Say.
And she said, "Well, at least when you go over to your cousin's house, you can take your joystick and you guys can play at the same time."
I'm not paying all that money for that system, but I sure will get you a joystick, baby.
Win.
You can put your name on it.
Right.
Have it for your own. You go over there and do your thing. You be ready.
So guess what? I don't think I ever asked for anything for Christmas ever again.
Oh my
I'm not dealing with this.
I'm trying to think when we were late getting the first Nintendo, but like I never had anything else after that really. Like I wasn't in the game like this, but everywhere I went, everybody else had the stuff, so I played when I went to other people's houses. I think the first Nintendo, like everybody else had theirs. They had like the gamepad, the track. We played track and field and run.
Oh yeah, I had that.
Oh yeah, that had to be what 80,
88,
88, 89, right?
Yep.
It was probably a year or two later when I finally got a Nintendo play. So
and nobody's playing anymore. They all
everybody was done playing now. I was just trying to get back into it.
That's hilarious. Listen, I was so ecstatic just to be able to play Duck Hunt. Like,
right.
Hey, Duck Hunt was a joint. If you just sit far back on the couch versus being all close up on the TV, you was a superstar.
Oh yeah, no, you get on TV and just bow, bow, bow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
you
hilarious.
can sit across the room.
Oh man,
Get that John Wick action.
Good days. Good days.
That is hilarious. Yeah, man. So I mean, my household, I think everybody was happy that the mystery gift that was missing, that FedEx said they delivered but was not on my porch.
Oh.
Yeah. So then I ended up calling them and was just like, "Hey, you guys say you delivered this, blah blah blah." They said, "Well, describe to us what the front of your house looks like. Does it have bricks?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, does it have double doors with double sashes? Ma'am, I need you to listen to my podcast. I don't do decorations on the outside. She's like, "Well, do you have like 5 plant pots?" "No, I do not." "Oh, we dropped your thing off to the wrong house. I'm going to call the driver, have him go back there today to go get it." So of course, she gives me the description of the house. So what do y'all think I do?
You went looking for the house.
Right.
I go looking for the house. So I find the house and I'm just like, oh, there it is. Double brown doors, double sashes on it, or Christmas wreaths on it. Yeah. So the only thing that stopped me from going to the door was that FedEx pulled up at the same time. So I was like, okay, they're going to get this straight.
Yeah.
So I just come back home. I was supposed to be going somewhere. I was like, nah, let me go back home because dude's probably going to come. Man, FedEx went straight by my house. I'm just like,
Wow.
okay.
How far away from it was you? Was the house? Did you?
It's
Four.
in the same division.
Okay.
It's in the same subdivision. So yeah, literally like just at the end of the street.
Then when did they bring it?
Well, so the 24th comes, I talk to FedEx and I'm just like, hey, I haven't heard any follow up. Are you guys delivering today? Or, am I going to get my package today? Oh, well, we haven't heard from the driver. Meanwhile, Wendy has let me know that there's a thing that was going on where FedEx drivers were stealing sneakers. And that's what it was. It was sneakers. So I'm just like, okay, well, I know our FedEx guy. So I'm going to have to see the FedEx guy.
Yeah, like,
Right.
I'm going to see the FedEx guy.
Right. Anyway, long story short, Christmas comes. I printed out a picture of the sneakers and I put it on a piece of cardboard and I wrapped that. I was like, hey, here's what you're supposed to get. This is your missing gift.
You're not empty-handed. You have a gift.
Right. Which, I mean, that was one of, a couple gifts. So, but long story short, on the 26th, I get a knock at the door and it's this, younger girl driving her car. She's like, hey, I got your package. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So even the missing gift finally appeared and
there it is.
Nice.
Was it FedEx who delivered? There was a random. Okay.
No,
I was about to say it was a
I'm pretty
person
sure she
from
lives at that house. What I didn't think
about
about is they might have been out of town or something. Who knows? But
when it happened, or
my neighbor
right.
has she uses Amazon. She has that automatic garage thing they can put in the garage and like they can leave from the Amazon thing. So it could have happened too, where they drop it in the garage.
That's interesting.
that ain't happening. But yeah, Asher, he was good to go. He was ecstatic. He got his Ryan whatever spy case.
Yeah,
Ryan Playhouse, baby.
Yeah, so he's good to
It's
go.
funny because Asher switched because he was King, Paw Patrol King, then he's PJ Masks King, and now he's gonna be a Ryan King.
Unfortunately.
That's right. So Ash make his own stuff.
That's why I say unfortunately, because here's this little kid. How old is Ryan? I don't even know how old Ryan is, and
he's old now. Yeah.
And he's making his parents gangs of money.
Yep. Parents done retired off of his checks.
Right. It's crazy. All right. We ain't gonna keep the folks too long. So we in 2022. I want to get to what you guys' goals are. Notice I said goals, not resolutions, not none of that crazy stuff. So who wants to start?
I'll go first. So my goal and plan for 2022, one is to find out this new role, like really put pressure for this new role that I'm supposed to dig into for the multi-gathering the company. So that's going to be the big thing professionally. We'll see where it goes, where it leads to as far as stature and level and pay support. But I think the next step is to move on to not be bored and then maintain. I don't want to get stuck in a cycle of doing what I did 2021. So I get a feeling that 2022 is going to be a slowdown. We all have these big plans. This is that. I just get the feeling that January, February, March, there's going to be a slowdown travel and things are going to get really different on how it looks out for the restaurant industry business mindset. So that's the professional aspect. The other side professional is real estate. So still have the house in Jersey. That's still there. There is issues with non-payments and the all those things in life that come through with your tenants. So that is a discussion that's going to be happening this year. Hopefully they can get approved for whatever stimulus package they have to back pay all the rents that they're for, because I am burdening the load of 2 mortgages, and that is not a pretty thing to carry. So that is a goal to get rid of that process, to keep it going, but hopefully March is the end of the lease. So no matter what happens, come March, start anew. So that would be a good move for that. So that will help. But you got to hold on until March with hopes that they get that backflow. And then family wise, I want to continue to be there for the boys, get them into sports. This is going to be a year for them to try out baseball, basketball, not football yet, but baseball and basketball. This is that time now. So signing up Namdi for Pee Wee baseball. Arenze, not sure what he wants to do. He's just got back into swimming again. So it's a win for me that he's actually doing some kind of organized activity. So we'll get that going. And just do the right thing. Stocks were good this year. Nothing crazy happened, but made a good amount. That's staying in there for long term. No swing trades, no big crazy. Well, there were some swing trades, but no big crazy like withdrawals. This is all staying in for future. So hopefully let it ride out. Because right now, if you're into any kind of stocks, it's been on a crazy dive. Took a ride up, hard dive down, but if you're long holding and taking it for a long ride, you should have no worries because by the time you need it, it'll be good to go. So that's it. That's it for that. In result, I'm going to keep investing in FANG. If you need to know what FANG is, I'll put it in the description. But FANG is a list of stocks that you can choose to go with, but they're safe stocks that will grow over time. Facebook, Apple, Alphabet, Netflix. I'm not a big fan of Netflix like that, and Google. Netflix is kind of bubble, but that's the FANG stock list to choose from. That's just over time investing, and it will grow over time. So that's it. That's 2020, 2022
goals, and you got some
challenges.
His financial plan that he shared with you, not his financial advice.
Correct.
Right. Not to be confused. Cool. All right. Fresh. Go ahead. Go for it, man.
2022 is going to be the year of the juice. We got Mad Harvest Lifestyle brand jumping off. We actually secured our location that we should hopefully be open up. We're doing a shared space that we should be opening up mid-January. But I mean, we have already avidly been selling juices here and there, a lot of tastings. We had a Tony Robbins event, but definitely have a goal of selling, getting to 2,000 to 4,000 by June. I want to be selling 2,000 to 4,000 bottles minimum a month. As a point of reference, we sold just over 1,000 over the week at Tony Robbins event. So I definitely don't think that should be something hard to hit. But overall, just trying to make sure me and the team really start charging away at making this something more than just about the juice. It's really about having a healthier lifestyle. And so definitely have some other goals in line. We're trying to get under 200 pounds and to stay under 200 pounds throughout as much of 2022 as possible, which I think I'm like right at 200, 201. So have been steady with a little light freshtivation regimen as far as it goes for the workout, but definitely want to work on keeping that consistency and growing the diversity of what I'm doing within those workouts. Well, I mean, that's it. Elevate. Search for the bag.
Nice. Love it, man. Love it. BJ, take it away.
So it's almost like a step back for me this year. Like y'all know me. I got so much spinning so many plates all over the places, like getting them things off my plate and focus on what I need to do for me. So what does that mean? Personally, that means like this is a year transition for me. The twins are finishing up they're transitioning to high school next year. So I have 3 in high school next year. So that takes on many different pieces. So with the current position I have, I don't have all the responsibility of leading a team and doing stuff. I'm working on my own project, but I don't have to leading team, so I don't have to monitor other people and their work stuff. So I've decided to take a step back and just like work is work. again, we like when I wake up in the morning, when I clock in, and when I clock out, and leave it it is. No more the weekends, the nights, all that stuff is their time. Get them straight with what they need to do. And that with work is going to lead into the next set of projects I'm on, making sure that when that transition over the summer to the new school year starts, that I'm here. One of the things about being home this last, year and a half now, has really just been that just being here, waking up in the morning, be able to sit down and talk in the morning before they go to school, take Mason to the bus stop in the morning, have a moment of prayer before he gets on the bus. If the kids call in the middle of the day and like they need somebody, they rode their bikes, but it's gonna rain, be able to hop in the car and go pick them and the neighborhood kids up. Like, that's cool. Like, I've never done it before. Like, be the carpool dad. Like, look, that's cool to come pick everybody up in the morning and hear the conversation going on. I like it. But it's really taught me that like you can do everything you need to do, but you got to prioritize stuff. So just having that free time with them and just being able to maneuver. Cam wants to go out for the football team, so that means leaving weekend nights and weekends open. That if that's what happens, then they ain't no I gotta work, I gotta do this on football games or try to rearrange stuff or just running from place to place to get there on time. So setting it up that way. Ian talked about weight goals. Like in that under 200 is one of the goals. There's some different things that happen overall, health wise, not negative, right? But just need to just stay consistent. And that's my biggest thing, consistency. I've been up and down and doing stuff here, but not consistent with stuff. So I've shared that with y'all before, that it is just being consistent in that accountability piece. Other than that, financially, Art hit on is like invest more time into studying the financial piece about investing and that stuff, because that's a part that I haven't done consistently enough again to have an ongoing portfolio. Here's a little bit of stock here, a little there. Do I really know that much about it? No, it was like, because these were hot stocks everybody talked about, so go on and purchase it and just let it sit. I couldn't even tell you what it's doing right now. I haven't looked at anything like that probably the last month. It's just sitting there. I don't know. But being more realistic and more futuristic thinking, that's the best way to put it, about what that means and what's going to happen with that. So that's where I'm at.
Said that's where he's at. Like, it was like, some little thing he said, I'm gonna go for walks every afternoon. No, you said a mouthful, man. And then that's awesome, man. And
it is.
Listen, we're going through this because we want to make sure that you, the listener, are going through something similar, and you're putting it out there, and we're putting it out there to who knows how many people on what we're going to do. And we've done something similar over the last couple of years, but for us to have it out there early was very intentional. And for myself, you guys, it's funny, you guys mentioned being under 200 pounds being your goal this year. Well, I'm happy to report that in 2022, for the first time in I don't know how many years, I have entered 2022 under 200 pounds.
All right. Nice.
Yep. And that's not being consistent at all. That's just being a little bit more intentional with what food and when I'm eating. And that's pretty much been it. But
definitely. But that is consistency, sir. It ain't consistent workout, but it's still consistent. That's one of the things that I've realized too, is that being more conscious just about what you are putting in your mouth and being able to, calm down on a lot of that stuff. And the longer process of once you start to calm down, the less that you crave that bull crap, and the more that when you do have it, you're like, how did I eat that? Why was I doing that?
Oh, it's crazy, because after Thanksgiving, I had went up to like 205. Yeah.
Right.
So it's crazy. But well, thank you for that. Because those are the types of things that you need to help you build momentum, is celebrating those small wins. So thank you for reinforcing that for me. But when I look back at 2021, outside of all this other craziness, right? So like Art said, there has been a lot of growth amongst this group in the last year and a half, 2 years. Like, everybody's done something and expanded and whatever. But for me in 2021, every assessment point that I had, any growth opportunity or analysis of myself, everything came back to the very same thing: strategic plan. And that is my goal in 2022, is the strategic plan for myself, for all of our endeavors that we have together, the podcast, Mortar Consulting. Fresh don't know that he gonna be on a strategic plan, but we gonna somehow get Fresh on the strategic plan. Everybody on here, Alfio Holmes, we got to figure out, because Art said something that was key during everybody said something key, but Art said that things are going to slow down, and things are inevitably going to slow down at some point. And I think it's going to hit during this year. And those are the moments where you could change your life. And we got to be ready, and you can't wait until it happens. So when we talk about a strategic plan, that is my goal. Not only for me to have a strategic plan, but everybody that's on this podcast, everybody that, pings us and says, hey, we want to get down with a strategic plan. Like, how do we do it? That may be coming to you, maybe the next couple of episodes of things that we find out, ways to build strategic plans. Could be something. I'm not promising you all that, because as usual, look, we don't claim to be experts at a whole lot. We're pretty good. Let me not, I don't want you to think we're not average. We're definitely above average. But the thing is that we want to reach out and touch anybody that we can. It doesn't matter if you know us, if you're average, above average, if you're struggling. We want to be the example of things that are possible and what you can do, and what can happen when you find a village that can support you. So strategic plan, that's my goal.
That's what's up, man.
All right. BJ, you had something else you were going to say there, sir?
No, I was just saying that's what's up, because when you think about that strategic plan and its execution, right? I think the biggest thing is a lot of people think about stuff and have plans for stuff, but it's like, are we executing? And one of the biggest things for me is that it's not recreating the wheel. And I think Art was the one about, I think it was Art that said something about not just growing, but getting better. It's like, you don't always have to do something new or add on the plate. It's go deeper with what you already have, like find that connection. And I think that execution piece is the key. And that's all strategic planning. Like, no matter how you define it, it really is setting that plan, the steps to it, and putting in checkpoints throughout the way, and not just wait until I'm gonna get under 200 pounds. Well, what does that mean between now and next month versus 2 weeks from now?
Right.
What are you gonna look back in a week from now about look back, excuse me, at all the things you ate this week, and do a reassessment and how you're gonna make it change next week. Like, don't wait for the end of the month. Like, what are those accountability pieces and accountability partners? You gotta bring that in there, man. So if other people are out there, we need to make this happen, man.
So I think there's another set of people though, right? Like, people always make it seem like, oh, people, you're just not successful because you don't execute. Well, no, there are people that they execute like crazy, but they execute with no plan.
Yeah, they just do stuff to do stuff.
And they'll go out there and they're doing stuff thinking they're working towards whatever it is that they want. And they don't see results, but they haven't put a realistic time frame to what it's going to take to get XYZ result. Or you don't have it broken up into different levels or steps that you're going to go, right? So you get discouraged, and then you stop, and then you start again. But if you had a strategic plan and you commit to, hey, you know what? Worst case scenario, I'm going to work the completion of this plan and then evaluate where I'm at. What could I change? What could I do differently? So I think there's that group of people that are in there where, man, they're doing stuff. It's just with no plan.
Yep.
Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is 2022. We're sure some of you are still getting back to work, doing stuff with the kids. So we're not even going to drag this out today with our regular outros. Those will be back next week, though. But listen, we so much appreciate you all for tuning in and rocking with us in the years past, and especially what we're about to do in 2022. I would tell you to put your seatbelt on, but for the most part, you're probably sitting in your house because we might be shut down again.
Right.
But listen, we appreciate you for tuning in. And I'm not even going to remind you where you can get this podcast. I actually want you to tell us where you listen to this podcast. Wherever you're listening to it, let us know. And if you can't do it there, just send it on our IG page, 13th Floor, please. And we would love to hear from you. Definitely leave comments in our YouTube page. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate all those comments.
Yes.
My God.
Yes.
Our guy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Thank you for joining us here on the 13th floor, where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views, they are
Amazing.